So I am building a video. I've got 17 minutes, 16 minutes left. Let's call it 15. I want to build something for my Game Design 2 class to work on their polish and game feel assignment, presentation and polish. So that assignment, player feedback, talks about, I want you to work making your game feel more alive and more reactive to what the player is doing. I want you to build a new level around the concept of player feedback by using at least the following: particles, audio, scale, post-processing, and physics. So we're going to watch some video, and then we are going to work on stuff. I just build, right? So here's a new level, and I want to just get started. So under scenes, we're going to call this player feedback prep. And let's go ahead and build a level very quickly. Maybe I'll have a floor. It's pretty useful to have a floor. Maybe I'll build a 50 by 50 meter room. And then maybe I will build it into an S shape. So 0, 0, 0. Let's make the walls, I don't know, 5 meters tall. 6 is our standard. Let's go ahead and give that a red material. Actually, I'm just going to give the floor a blue material. Or, you know what, this really needs to be black or dark gray. So something like that with no reflection. Okay. So this is my wall, and it's 1 meter wide. Let's go ahead and, because it's such a big level, I'm going to make it 2 meters wide. And we want to build an S, so that means, and I'm kind of using this grid here as an example. Let's take this and move this here, and then let's duplicate this and move it something like here. And then I can duplicate this and stretch it some more. And we can duplicate this, and then we can duplicate both of these. And what do we think of our S-shaped level? It's pretty good, pretty good. Maybe something a bit fatter there. Maybe this should be a little bit less. Yeah, I like that better. So you get kind of an actual like area here to like have a big area to play in, and in smaller areas. Okay, so let's put the FPS controller in there. And let's start the player in a corner facing the other area, and let's see what it looks like to play. Okay, I can't jump over the walls. I could get through this level fairly quickly. Okay. Let's make you static. Let's delete the main camera. Let's make this area a little bit bigger. Okay, that looks better, that looks better. I think I'm using a stupid progressive CPU. I like the GPU, but Enlighten works as well. Oh, and I'll get a Unity that crashed. Don't crash, Unity. Okay. Doesn't really work well for my time limit. 12 minutes left. Oh, crap. Awesome. Alright, so apparently I'll use Enlighten. So let's talk feedback. Let's say that I could shoot, right? Let's try shooting. Do we have that already? Is there a player controller? There is. And there's bullet and bullet speed. Is there a bullet somewhere in here? Yes. And then bullet speed. And then is there a hand? There's not a hand, so let's do a 3D object cube. Let's scale it to 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. And let's put this... Okay, let's rotate you so you're facing straight. Maybe there, okay. Here's our cube. And it's going to be in front of us, and it's going to be a little bit down. And I want bullets to basically spawn from where that hand is. So we'll turn the mesh renderer off, we'll turn the box collider off. We'll name this a hand. And I will drag this to the player controller script. Let's see if it just works. If I click, will it shoot? It will shoot. Awesome. Okay, so I've got shooting. This is obviously not a lot of feedback. There's not a lot of game feel to this. The fact that they don't go through walls is helpful. Having the little shadows there is a nice bounce. But we can do better. So how about particles on the bullet? So let's open our bullet prefab. Let's add a particle system. Let's start easier. Let's start with a trail renderer. So I like to have when I'm dealing with particles or like you know, an energy weapon, right? I want my bullet to just be bright. So bullet bright, and I am just gonna make this color, let's say green, and really, really vibrantly green, and then let's make it emissive, and then let's scale that up so that it's almost too bright to see. So when we go back to our bullet, we can assign a material bullet bright. And then when we have a trail renderer, we need to set the material to either default line or sprites default. We'll set the ending size to about 0.25, and this bullet's already set to 0.2. Can I change your... Can't really change your size. Okay, so let's have starting width at like 0.2. So there's that, and then going down to 0.05. And then we can set the color, and we can set the starting color to be something like this, and we can set the ending color to be something darker. Sometimes I like to just take that and then find the color wheel and just make the value lower. But the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this alpha at about 75% down to 0. Oh, okay. Stay there, and then you come to about 75%. So that means it's going to go to invisible after a short amount of time. So let's change this trail to about 0.25. And let's see. If we move this around, we can see this is what we're going to get. Now, it's a little bit blocky. You can see the angles, so we're going to change the corner vertices and the end cap vertices to like 2, and that should help with the blockiness. We can increase them if we need to. Okay, let's start there. So if we go back and we hit play, yeah, that's already more interesting. Like, we can watch the bullets go through. Go through the sky. But we can do better, can't we? So if we had a FPS controller, there's our audio source. We need a different audio source, so we're actually going to put an audio source on the hand. And we're just going to reference it because we have a reference to our hand on our player controller. So, audio source. Where's my autocomplete? And then let's have a public audio clip gunshot. And we'll just say that AUD is equal to hand dot get component, hand dot game object then. And when we fire, audio dot play one shot, gunshot. Okay. So then we would need a gunshot, which I'm not sure I have a quick one for. So what does BFXR have for us? We should have used this program in Game Design 1. Y'all should remember this. So here's a explosion. Can we get something fast? That'll work. Let's export that wave, and we'll export it to the desktop, and we'll call this Gunshot 1. Thank you, BFXR. And if we go to the desktop, there's Gunshot 1. What are you? Okay, that was weird. Okay, so there's Gunshot 1. And if we go to our FPS controller, there's a place for our audio clip. And if I hit play, I hate the sound, but it's better. So what else can we do? We could build a bullet controller that plays a particle when it gets hit. So no, we don't want a particle system that does that. We want a shape that is a sphere, so it shoots out in every direction like an explosion. We want the emission to be like 0, but with a burst that is, you know, let's try 100. What does that look like? Let's have the start lifetime be 0.5. Let's have the duration be 1 second. Okay, let's have the start speed be like 20. Let's have it get smaller over time. And then let's actually give it an actual material. Let's randomize the size. Start size, random between 2 constants. Let's try 0.5 and 3. And let's add some noise. Hopefully it's different every time. And then finally, could we handle adding collision? I think it's hitting itself at this point, which is not what I want. So we'll leave collision off. Let's randomize the lifetime. So random between 2 constants. How about 0.25 to 1? Okay, I like it. And then randomize the start speed. Let's try 10 and 20. Let's try 5 and 20. That's looking pretty good. And then let's change the color over time. So color over lifetime, this should be a bright, and then it should go maybe that nice bright yellow. And then over time it should go to that like dark gray. But let's make that bright for at least half of the time. And then let's change this dark gray to something more orange. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so let's stop. And we want this to emit when. We don't want it to play on awake. We don't want it to loop. Rate over time, rate over distance. When do we want to hit? Burst at 0. All right, so let's add a let's see if it works. I don't think it'll work. I think it'll explode right when I like create the bullet. Yeah, and it moves with the bullet. That's so dumb. Okay, so particle system. The other one's going to be world space, simulation space world. And the gravity can be like 0.2. What's that look like? Boom. Oh, that's much better. That noise finally figured itself out. And it does not look good. What about now? That's fine. Let's increase the gravity. What if the gravity was 0.5? Yeah, I like that. Okay, so play on awake. Let's turn play on awake off. And then if enabled, So add component, bullet, controller. Why do I keep using controller? Capital B, create an add. And 21 seconds left. Oh my god. Okay, so let's look at the bullet controller and let's just say particle system. Yeah, thank you. Got a meeting in 10 minutes. Okay, PS is equal to this dot get component particle system void on collision enter. I don't care what it collides with. Let's have ps.play. And let's destroy... let's not destroy anything. Let's just leave it there. Okay, let's see if it works. Could it really be that easy? Oh, yeah, it can. I also love that it's like doing it twice. That looks beautiful. I really dig that. I think my bullets should go faster. And I want to see this in full screen and then I'll stop the video. I think my trail renderer is too long. I love that it has 2 bursts, or that every time it hits something it does another particle effect. That was unintentional. I could probably I don't know, destroy this particle generator there. I could probably have it delete itself at the first frame, but I'm having a really good time with the way that it looks right now. Okay, so that is what I want you to do for your assignment. I want you to make it look better. See you later.